Hello, welcome to Highside Race Hub. I'm your luscious host, NASCAR 24 Tron fan, and here is my co-host, A Paul.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm tired. There's a
Quote
reason
on
I told him to be the host today.
your luscious host. Anyways, so we got some big storylines, as in none at all. Um, so yeah, we got that to look forward to. Had an interesting week. Again, not at all. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool thing. We're gonna go over the points because we don't have any results
Oh wait.
for any of the races, so it's a cool one. But I can tell you who won those races. That's gonna be one of those things. And then we're gonna talk about how JGR, Joe Gibbs Racing, Good Wrench Racing, whatever the hell their name was, is gone, all gone, except for A Paul. We're gonna talk about where he went and all that's cool jazz. So, um, let's talk about the three races we missed while we were away for one show that we didn't record. Um, what was the first one? Pocono.
Uh, yes.
Okay.
Pocono, Watkins Glen, and Michigan.
Yes. So at Pocono in my lobby, I didn't even make it past the start finish line. So I have no clue what went on in that race. Um, guessing you were in the other one, right, April?
I was in Zesty Lime Memes lobby.
Okay, so you
Yes.
were in the same one as me. So you can tell me about what happened.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, the race was dominated by Zesty Lime Memes and A Paul B661. Me led a few laps as well. Um, let's see. Big Chief had a fast car, and what was his name? The 24 car. I don't remember his name. It was no doubt
Uh,
flat out. No
yeah.
doubt flat out had a fast car as well, but neither one of them were able to keep up with Zesty Lime and um, basically it came down to fuel strategy. There was a caution with I don't remember how many laps to go. This is a week ago, so I mean I don't remember much, but uh, I've slept 6 times since then. Um, but
Yeah.
Zesty, he basically there was a number of drivers that took uh, no tires and like a can of gas, uh, including CKX Whale fan. He actually led with 1 lap to go and ran out of gas because he didn't put enough fuel in his car on in turn 2, I believe it was. And uh, Zesty Lime, I remember him saying that he was getting all depressed and he was all sad because he dominated the race and was gonna wind up with a second place finish, and then um, Whale Fan runs out of gas and he's like, "Well, I guess I got lucky. Luck finally went on my side." Um, but Lime got the win. Um, let's see who was second. I don't remember actually who was second. I remember I was third.
This is why we need
Oh wait, hang on.
results, folks.
I know who was second. It was No Doubt Flat Out. No Doubt was second place.
Okay. Um,
Or did he run out of gas?
from what I heard, like everybody ran out of gas all at the same part of the track.
No, I remember M. Wright ran out of gas. CK ran out of gas, and one other driver ran out of gas. Um, but everybody else was able to make it to the finish line. It was all
Oh,
based on who took a can of gas and a can and a half of gas with their two tires.
yeah, I think the can and a half definitely would have won that one.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, so Lime won. That was his first win of the season, and then getting into the second lobby, Clue got his first win of the season. A little bit of controversy with that one, though. We It was just a controversial finish. Aggressive driving, from what I heard um, from a lot of drivers.
There were a few game clips that showed some really aggressive driving too, but
Yeah,
Clue wasn't. Clue wasn't. He didn't get in trouble because some people decided not to turn in their game clips, but we'll get into that later. Um,
yeah, that's part of the JGR story we're going to talk about later. Um, yeah, and that was about Pocono. That was it. So getting into Watkins Glen, I think it was a pretty decent race, wouldn't you say?
I
CK's lobby was.
I thought it was okay.
You know, I ran up towards the front most of the race with my teammate. Um,
I ran in the rear most of the race
yeah. Um,
towards my teammate.
yeah. I made a stupid strategy move to take no tires on the final caution pit stop, and then decide to not take tires again, uh, ever again for the rest of the race. And I blew a left front. I had a third place finish locked up if I had taken tires on the caution.
Yep, and then you gave it to me.
Yeah, and I gave it to him when I blew that left front. I thought that was the coolest wreck I ever could have had at Watkins Glen. I blew the left front and I went straight, and it was on the front straightaway. I went straight into the wall. No brakes, no nothing. It was awesome. Wish I recorded it. And then I finished seventh, and he finished third because of it. And Emright won, which no surprise at all. He was a really fast car. Um,
He got the pole.
yeah, no,
No, wait,
no,
you got
Gator
the
Boy
pole.
did.
Or, oh yeah,
Gator
Gator
Boy,
Boy's got the
yeah.
pole.
I got third.
I wound
Tweed
up fifth.
Tweed was about his only competition besides me and Gator Boy. That was just us four up near the front most of the time. Um, but pitch strategy came into play, um, and decided the outcome of that race most likely. At least for my end, I don't know about anybody else's end, but it was definitely my end. It affected it the most.
Yeah,
And
I took 4 tires and still came out with a third place finish. So,
and remember, always take 4 tires. That's It's a smart one. Um, so now we're gonna hop over to the other lobby, where another controversial finish for some reason in that lobby. No clue why. That lobby always has controversial finishes, but it was, from what I heard, a great race up until the final restart, um, where the 95 who took the inside lane on the restart, you know, he got a decent run, but the cars behind him got a better run, and the 32, which he said he was in normal mode, he dive bombed the corner. And that's how you drive in normal mode at Watkins Glen. You got to dive bomb the corner to get the most speed out of it. And he dive bombed the corner, and he shoved a couple cars out of the way, and he took off from there on out and won the race.
mhm.
And I think he got suspended, if I'm
Suspended for
correct.
2 races. Yes.
Yeah, because of that move. And definitely, yeah, that was. Not saying it's well worth, to suspend him for it, but if you're gonna be racing other people like that, you just better hope you're best friends with them or good friends with them when you race people like that. So yeah, and then
it was an interesting situation. The 41 had lagged, and we went over the lag rule not too long ago, and if two or more people to say or see lag and say it, um, you got to restart at the rear. Only one person said that they were lagging or that the 41 was lagging before the restart, and then as soon as they went, all hell broke loose. So
yeah,
it was a tough situation.
um, yeah, that was Watkins Glen.
Hmm.
And it's always going to be crazy there. Then we go on to the most predictable damn track on the schedule, Michigan. Um, Again, uh, in our lobby or in my lobby, it was relatively green until the last 11 or 12 laps. Until a caution came out. I don't know for it was there was a wreck on the front straightaway and like three cars got caught up, and it came right before everybody could make it on fuel and tires. So that was cool. Um, that screwed a couple people, but there was luckily another caution with like 9 or 8 to go that involved another two cars on the front straightaway.
And with the
Whatever.
10 lap rule or 10 lap
Yeah.
left rule, you that a two-car accident freezes the field, and there's no
Yeah.
four lap rule.
Yeah. And then on that, the last caution, everybody pitted again, even though there was about to be green flag pit stops because the first caution came so early, or came early enough before the final run to the finish. You could make it. So there was going to be another green flag pit stops, and then that never happened. The caution came out, and then restart came, and controversial finish. Um, that got resolved. It was swift and quick how they got the penalty out for the 34. He came down on the middle of the straightaway, and he took out a couple cars in the back straightaway with 6 to go on the back straightaway, and that was all she wrote. And then the 6 car pulled away and won the race. So that's what happened in my lobby.
Well, congratulations to Tweed 82
Yeah,
in that lobby.
he had a pretty darn fast lap too. It was like in the 36s, I think.
Yeah, he's a
So,
good racer. Uh, what
yeah.
about the other lobby?
Oh, the other lobby was. All I know is that lap cars were a factor, and Panda was angry, and Duck won. That's all I know. Is Panda got super angry near the end of the race because he was talking about a lap car or something like that came up the track and wrecked him. When really, in reality, he hit the wall, and he was like, "Damn it, lap car!" And he took him. I'm not saying he took himself out, but of contention. But that's what basically ruined his day. And then it was an SHR 1-2 finish, um, and that's all I know as far as that lobby is concerned.
I didn't even
So
make that race. I can make tomorrow's race, Las Vegas, and
yeah,
Darlington and Richmond, so that should be fun.
and then the All Star races.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the showdown and the regular All Star race are next week. I think on two. They're gonna, from what I heard, they're gonna come instead of having them on 2 days. They're gonna all be on one. That's what I heard. I don't know. I don't know if
Okay.
they confirmed it or not, but
I don't know
that
either.
would be nicer. That would be nicer, but we could get the season done a little bit quicker. But besides that, yeah, that's about it for the race recaps. And now we're gonna go get into the point standings because fuck results, right?
We don't. We don't. We really don't have any results. It's an
No,
issue.
yeah. So it's been the same top two for most of the season in the chase grid. Miami Joe in first with 8 wins. Who's also suspended 4 races um, for some controversial stuff that happened. And then NASCAR 24 Tron fan is in second. Now, this is the interesting change we have here. Tweed 82 is in third with 3 wins. Um, Emright 42 is fourth with 2 wins, with his win at Watkins Glen.
Holy
And
cow!
then Duck, and then Duck is fifth with 2 wins. His win at Michigan. Pittsburgh has 2 wins, and he's in sixth. Seventh is Colonic Virus. Eighth is Big Chief. Ninth is Amari. 10th is Outbreak. 11th is CK with 1 win. 12th is Zesty Line Memes with 1 win at Pocono. Combat Beast, he got his 1 win at New Hampshire, I believe. And then you, A. Paul, you are. What is this? Yeah, you're there. You're in the chase. Yeah, and then 15th is EthanDaGamer, who got his lone win at Pocono. And then Clue rounds out the chase grid with 1 win at Pocono, the other Pocono winner from this week. And at this point, the people on the bubble, you just need a win. I don't think we need to discuss you getting in on the bubble because everybody at this point filling up the grid has a win. So if you have a win and you're outside the chase grid, you're probably going to need another win because some of these people are pretty decent in points right now. So and another thing is I don't know who's on the chase grid. A notable name that's not on the chase grid anymore is Willie. He's 8 points behind Clue Limits. That's the one notable name that I know of that got knocked out of the chase because of where he is in points. Yeah.
Tweet's name is still orange on the on this spreadsheet, so that's weird. He's 25th in the league, which means his 3 wins count.
Yeah, he's in. I don't think that part of the spreadsheet was updated,
No.
but the chase grid was.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But since we are done with the standings, I think we're going to take a quick break. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, we're take a quick break. We'll be back. We'll be back. Enjoy the commercials. I know we work hard and to get the same ones up every week, so enjoy those, and we'll be back after that, and then we'll get into the storylines, and we're gonna try and get an interview with CK, but we don't know if we can.
Just got a message from him.
Okay, we will know, but we'll be right back after this break.
Hey everyone, I know this is a brand new show, so I don't expect many viewers, but I would like to add some commercials for spots like this. Anybody who has an editing or recording software, or just wants to add their own thing, can hit me up. Let me know if you do, and I will add your commercial right in this spot. Contact me either in this video or on Xbox, gamertag APaulB661. Now back to the show.
Well, welcome back to Highside Race Hub. Those are some interesting commercials. The same ones we show every week. So, like you heard A. Paul said, if you have any commercials, we're going to take them, most likely, unless they have a penis in them. We don't want those. We don't want no penises. Not on this show.
I'm just face palming right now. Don't mind.
Okay. So, let's get into the storylines. Now, one of the biggest storylines, and I think this is a big one for the season, JGR went to shit. Yeah. And this guy, Paul, he could tell you about it because he was on that team when it went to shit. Um, so, you know, they there was some word said in the club chat on Xbox, mostly about
Words exchanged that weren't the greatest, and
yeah,
I mean,
not family friendly.
and
Um,
there was just there were things that happened that were gonna be really bad for the league. So CK and his admins had to make a decision, and ultimately, uh, Joe Gibbs Racing was disbanded, and the team folded, which is a
yeah,
shame. We had a really good team, some really good drivers. It's just sometimes you're not going to be able to
yeah. Like
stay with the league if
you have some conflicting egos like that.
right.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and you can talk about where you are now because I'm pretty sure it's a better place.
yeah, yeah. EthanDaGamer's team. I'm finally on a team that is it's maybe not like the greatest team in the league. I mean, obviously, with them being, let's see, how many points behind first are they? Tron fans team has 2304. Ethan, yeah, 1656. So, I mean, they're literally second to last. Okay, excuse me, third to last place. Dang it, fourth to last place. Okay, so they're actually like third place in the league.
Yeah,
In terms of number of points, but they're way out of hopes of getting the team championship. But still, I mean, I think the team is gonna be all right. One thing I want to go over actually is some rules, because all of this kind of brought up a point that I want to make. But go ahead and say your next storyline, Tron.
okay. Yeah, and then we're gonna get into the always interesting storyline of who the hell got traded. So
That
you
should be
know
the new name of this segment.
it should. So the most interesting one of the week has to be Sawtooth getting traded from Joe's team to Tweed for Tweed, who was on Zesty Lime's team. Um, and that whole debacle right there created a new rule, which not sure it's passed yet. I've heard about it, and I'm not sure if it's passed yet. But yeah, it was a very interesting trade. This trade came after Tweed won his second race of the season at Indy. So yeah, you can kind of see why Joe wanted him over Sawtooth. Sawtooth is a great driver, not to undermine that, but he didn't have a win up to this point. He was pretty solid on points, but at this point in the season, when everybody in the chase has wins and there's nobody in on points, I think push came to shove on that one. So definitely. Um, but yeah, and then the second trade that I think is interesting. Um, it was another Joe trade where he wanted to put WWE fan down into free agency um, for sports fan 213 something. I don't know what his name was, but sports fan something. and he wanted to bring him up in place of WWE. So, yeah, that was another interesting one. And then one we just talked about was you moving to EthanDaGamer's team, um, but that was already processed and all. Yeah, and that's about it on those storylines. We're kind of dry this week, guys. Sorry.
Well, this is one thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to put it up on the screen here. The action, it's the rule book, section 8, the action center. Um, and this is kind of what some people don't understand that caused a lot of controversy in Joe Gibbs Racing. Um, The Action Center is a form made to file a claim of an issue that may have occurred during a race or outside races. If this is used in bad faith, the person filing the claim may face consequences. Although, please, if any issues occur, feel free to file them. Proof or evidence is required to back yourself up when you file a claim. We can use Twitch to try and understand where the issue occurs in league-sanctioned events. If you're considered guilty of the issue, you will face suspension according to the rulebook. You may file for an appeal to get reviewed once again. And then there's the star. This works well for bans. Please submit these through the league website using RHSRL Action Center. I don't actually know where RHSRL Action Center is.
It's on the main website in the owners section, like the owners tool section.
Oh, the owners tools section. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, there it is.
Anybody can use it. It's not just for owners. So just a reminder on that one.
Yeah, right here. I'm flashing it. But you can also send in video clips to CKX Whale Fan. But please do not expect CK to look at your feed for a game clip, and don't expect him to look at the club chat, because that's not a place that you're gonna that he's gonna look
Yeah.
for these game clips. And there was some issues that arose regarding this, and that's kind of what got JGR disbanded. So
Yeah.
please remember this. Remember this rule.
Yeah. Just don't be afraid to send anything in, even if it's someone pricking your finger. Send it in. Like they'll review it. They'll get an answer back to you at some point of what they're going to do about it. So send it in. Don't hesitate.
And what he means by if this is used in bad faith, basically it means that that if you overuse it because you're literally just trying to make the league owner angry, that's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Like spamming the action center. You know what I mean, Tron?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't spam it, but use it. Use it. If
Appropriately. Use it appropriately.
Yeah. Use it appropriately. And don't send in dick pics, because that's not the kind of action center we're talking about here.
Oh, good grief.
So.
Dying here.
So, I think that's it for the storylines. If you got anything else, go for it.
I don't have anything else. That's all that was on my mind.
All right. So, up next, we got an interview
Ethan
with
DeGamer.
somebody. Yeah.
We're gonna have to Twitch it here.
Yeah. Quality's gonna drop down for a bit.
It'll be fine.
It'll be good. Um, we're not doing this for the money, you can tell. So yeah, we'll get right into the interview.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, we are here with Ethan Gamer, driver of the number one McDonald's Cessna Chevy. So, the first question is, how do you think your season's gone so far?
I say it's actually pretty decent so far. After getting a win at Pocono, I feel pretty confident if to make the chase and hopefully returning tomorrow for Las Vegas and hopefully doing good until the chase and hopefully I can make it.
All right. Um, so how did you feel after that win, Pocono?
I felt great and more confident in in this league and how I can do with my strategy and my skill actually. So I do
Um,
have hope.
So that was a very strategic win that you got there at Pocono in the first race. Um, is there are there any other situations that you can think of where you might have ended up on the wrong side of the strategy game?
Some few races I've been wrecked out in the past 5 laps, but I gone over that, and and I was really mad at the time, but I changed and hopefully have to get good finishes to make the chase this season.
Well, I mean, where you ran out of gas on the last lap or something. Like what happened to CK at Pocono the second time at Pocono?
I wasn't at the second time at Pocono.
Oh, well,
um, yeah. So, A. Paul is a new driver on your team. How do you feel about your relationship with him going on into the final regular season races and going into the chase?
I feel that is a great addition to our team, and we could possibly go up in the points, in the team points, if we can have all of our drivers to be active and finishing good for the rest of the season. And that's all I hope for.
Pretty reasonable. Um, and my final question is, if you were sponsored by Popeyes, what $5 box be on the side of your car?
Can you say that again?
do you
If
mean
you were
KFC?
sponsored by Popeyes, no, I'm talking about Popeyes.
Okay.
If you were sponsored by Popeyes, what $5 box would be on the side of your car?
$5 fill up.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. A $5 fill up on the side of his car. I think
There you have it.
about it. Yeah.
So Ethan, what do you think? I think you you are just barely in position for the chase. I think you're in 16th in the chase standings with
17th.
17. Okay, so you're just outside. Um,
Mm-hmm.
No, he's in. He's 15th.
oh, he's 15th in the grid, the chase grid.
Yeah, and Chase good. Yeah.
Okay, well, uh, you mentioned that you felt really good about your chances to make the chase. But what do you think you need to do for these next few races to actually, pull through and get in?
I'll probably need a good strategy. Knowing what I'm doing at those tracks and hopefully not getting wrecked and hopefully not getting a bad strategy. So hopefully locking myself in the chase in the next few days.
Well,
Because I still have A Paul, I still have you, A Paul, and then CK and memes have one win in front of me.
yeah.
So hopefully to bump that up and finishing in front of them.
Are there any other drivers on your team that you might ask to try to get into the chase in position?
I'm asking you, A Paul, from my
Well,
from
I mean,
my
I'm already in
standards and ask.
position.
Yeah, yeah, but you're not locked in.
That's true.
And I'm counting on Bovey because he's been doing good this season, but getting screwed out of races also. And hopefully, I'm expecting a win out of him.
Um, well, let's see. Las Vegas, Darling. I believe Bovey's really good at Richmond, so I mean, it'd be cutting it close, but might be able to get a win there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all the questions I've got, Tron.
Yeah, same here. Popeyes is always the last question on my mind.
Uh, but um, I want to thank you,
Yeah.
Ethan, for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Tron, anything else you got to say?
Um, no. I think I said it all.
Okay, well, that's gonna be the end of the end of the show. Uh, thank you guys for joining us, and don't forget we've got Las Vegas on Tuesday at
7:30 Eastern.
yeah, that time. Still tired. And then we've got Darlington on Thursday at the same time. So join us for that. Uh, Richmond is going to be after the Friday Race Hub episode, and then we'll be done with the regular season.
Yep. Well, remember to get your cat spayed and neutered. And that's it. We're done here.